Welcome back to Redneck's Dirty Hands. I'm Pete, and today we got a shop full of snowmobiles. I got my Sidewinder, Keith's 1200, and Billy's Big Cat. And back there we got Frenchie's 1100 Turbo. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's work on that one today. Alright, so like I said, we got a lot of good looking sleds in here today. We got my beauty Sidewinder, the Buddy Keith's 1200. It's going to be doing a video on this one here, maybe next. I got to yank the motor out of that. We'll address that when we get to it. We got Billy's Big Cat, you know, going to do some R&D on that. But today, my buddy Kyle brought his buddy Frenchie, well, I don't know, Frenchie, Eric is his name, but you know, we'll call him Frenchie. He just picked up this 2012 1100 Turbo. Looks kind of nice, so he just wants me to give it a service and check her over. He's got a few issues, so one of them was the solenoid's just kind of dangling in the breeze there, so we got to fasten that on properly. Don't want anything bad happening with that. And then he said there was something going on the back here. The guy did a wheel stand or something and bent the back of the tunnel, but he kind of straightened it out. I don't know. This thing looks pretty clean. The stirrup there got ripped right off, so I don't know. Maybe she was a plus rider riding this one and exceeded factory stress limits on that. Who knows? Let's check this baby out. Oh, that can't. Is that right? 1,385. That'd be miles. I guess it's in miles an hour. 1,385 miles. This thing's like, that's like 2,000 kilometers. This thing's brand new. Shouldn't even need nothing. I mean, geez, I'm the truck or whatever. You'll do your oil change every 5,000 K. This thing's a quarter of the way there, geez. Well, we'll give her a once over and check it. He wants the oil changed anyway, so we'll just go ahead and do that. She is a pretty fancy looking. I like the wrap on it. I don't know if I'm too keen about the, looks like flowers or whatever, but I don't know. The orange, white, and black looks good anyway. All right, well, I can't believe that this thing only has like 2,000 kilometers on it. I mean, it's 10 years old, so if you average that out, it's like 200 kilometers a year, or one good trip to Cochrane or Quebec or something like that. So I don't know, maybe the guy that bought this just liked how it looked, just sat in his garage sipping some cold pints and just staring at it, or maybe he was riding it, wasn't quite used to it, put his feet on those stirrups back there, gave her a good old squeeze, and the sumbitch stood right up, bucked him off, and that's why that's all bent and mangled. And then he said, you know what, scared myself stupid, time to get rid of her. So now she belongs to Frenchie, and he wants us to do a tune-up and check her all out, do a service. So we picked up oil change kit from the dealer there. We'll check the chain case, go over it. Everything should be fine. It's got low K, but peace of mind, we'll check her out. So one of Frenchie's main concerns was, well, the seat's not bolted down. It usually has a little Torx bolted on there, but she's left loose. And his solenoid and everything is just oh, there we go. Nice one. Looks like somebody's been monkeying around in here, and I don't know, they did something fancy with the bracket there. So we're gonna have to straighten this all up, put some new bolts in here, get that situated on there. So let's get that done first. Well, we got quite a bit of a mess going on here, so I guess first things first is strip her all apart and we'll straighten her out here. The solenoid's out of the way, and I don't think these are factory bolts, but whatever. As long as they hold it down, I guess. Peel these suckers off, and then put some new bolts in behind this bracket to hold the solenoid on, and then that part should be tickety-boo. Kind of a odd idea, you know, to mount your battery and all your electrical connectors and solenoids on top of a plastic fuel tank. I mean, if you had a short, maybe that's why these things are usually on fire on the side of a trail, because you got to shorten one of these wires, melt right through that sucker, and you got one hot cap. So I guess all my plan is to take some regular quarter 20 hardware from the bolt bin, stick those suckers right in there like a so. Oh yeah, that's gonna be beauty. As long as I can tighten these suckers up, I guess. I don't know. Might be a little bit of a pain in the butt. We'll see how it works here. This sucker will go on there. Oh, baby. Little lock washer, little nut. Another lock washer, another nut. Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. Oh, that sucker doesn't want to tighten it. Sneak this fella in there. Oh, yeah, buddy. Hey. Oh, get off of that. Ah, come on. Perfecto. Just like so. Alright, well, I got it all back together how it's supposed to be, but this seat does not fit for shit. This thing doesn't latch in there, and then if I do get it to latch in there, it won't fit up here. So, yeah, this thing is just lovely. Now, I'm pretty sure I know what's going on here, because if we take a look down the tunnel, that side, fairly smooth transition. That side, there's a kink right there. So when this guy popped her up, bent the back here, something is tweaked in the tunnel there, which has got this all cattywampus and cockeyed. So yeah, bungee cord over there, just be fine. Let's move on. Perfect match. Orange matches the seat, matches the graphics. Nice one. You can not only hold your seat down, but you got a strap to get you out of the rhubarb if you go too far in. Okay, I couldn't leave the ratchet strap on there. That was a little too janky, you know. So I did some investigating, and basically it wasn't fitting all that good. I had to undo the braces that hold the gas tank down. They're also supports for the tunnel and whatnot. I had to loosen both off to spread it out, because there's a clip on the inside of the seat that goes over top of those, and then I had to just squish with all my might to get this sucker to clip down, put a bolt in there, and then tighten these guys back up. And then when I was tightening that back up, you could see it kind of squish the tank, move the tank a little bit. So whatever's going on here in the tunnel, she is pretty tweaked. Now I'll have to talk to Frenchie and see if we want to investigate that a little bit more, but yeah, nice one. So we're just gonna carry on with our lives and ignore the fact that the tunnel's bent in this thing, and let's do the oil change and check the chain case. Alright, so we made our trip down to the local Arctic Cat dealer just down the highway there, the Cat Shack, and picked us up a nice oil change kit there. Gives you everything. You get the bottle of oil and a filter for 98 bucks just about. I think this was like $97.12, and yeah, that's quite the package. You don't get much for 98 bucks. You get 4 liters of C-Tech 4-stroke synthetic oil, 0 W40, 0. You're paying for nothing right there. I don't know how they figure that out, but apparently this weighs nothing when it's cold. So you get that. Get nice shrink wrap little filter. Just a plain Jane paper funnel here. Nice one. Couple of O-rings and a crush washer there for the drain plug. Now, not too fancy kit. The Yamaha oil change kits are basically the same. I happened to pick one up a while ago for the winder there. And these ones here, $99, I think. So like $1 difference or whatever. I think my cost was a little bit less, but list price is... Now look at that. There's the Yamaha quality right there. Arctic Cat, plain Jane, junk. Yamaha paper filter, Yamaha lube, gives you pictures on there. Look at that. Even instructions on how to use it, just in case you didn't know. Yamaha gives you the bottles of oil. Same thing, you get a little crush washer. You used to get a pair of gloves, but I'm guessing because of COVID times, they're skimping out on those maybe too, but at least they print stuff on the funnel. Get the oil filter in there too, so I don't know. I guess it's comparable, basically the same. That's 0.40, that's 0.40, synthetic, $98, $99. Tomato. All right, we'll use this kit on that fella back there. All right, so we will pop the panels off of this and we'll get going, checking her out. We'll do the oil change, check over a few things, the belt, clutches, all that jazz, chain case. But get the plastics off, just like any typical grenade. You just pull the pin there. This ain't a 2-stroke. She's not a grenade. The 4 strokes are quite a bit better, but as anybody knows, once you pull that pin, she's gonna blow. Well, the side panels come off nice and easy. Well, there's got a fart pipe on there. Nice one. Top panel though on these ones, not quite as easy as the Sidewinder or the newer cats where you just unclip the things and then slide that thing right off. You actually gotta undo a couple of screws, and I think there's 2 screws, torque bits that go up from the bottom, so I'll have to get some tools and pull them off. Well, when you pull the panel off a 4-stroke turbo and she's got a go fast pipe on there, I'm willing to bet that this thing has some sort of a tune or programmer on it too, and wouldn't you know it, we got, what do we got here? Boondocker Easy Jacker. They got it Velcroed on there so it didn't fall off, so she's not an easy jacker off. Nice one, kitty cat. Oh yeah, looks like it's got upgraded Dalton weights in there too, so she must be running a bit of a tune in there, a little bit higher boost possibly. Nice. Got the Fox floats on there too. Bet this thing just rides like a dream. Okay, now we gotta get that little panel off to access the little drain bolt. Now you could be fancy and just... Alright, we got a 14 mil on the end of the electrical ratchet. Oh, see if I can... Oh, well, that looks new. Well, waste not, want not, right? Who could reuse that in mine? Nice one. Come on, baby. There's that little fella. Oh, yeah. Put my hand right in front of the camera. Nice one! Oof, that oil smells gassy, so it is a good thing we're changing that now. I can't remember, so I got the one screw out of there. I think it's these ones I gotta go after, and there might be 1 or 2 more up in here somewhere. I don't remember, so we'll attack that and see what happens. So yeah, it is just those ones, the ones down here, but then they put one right here, and it's right in line with the upper A-arm, which, you know what, engineers at it again, so you need a long screwdriver or a long bit to get at those ones. Pull them out and then yank this hood off. Okay, getting into the nitty-gritty of her, I drained the oil. Gotta get down there, and the oil filter's underneath the turbo, which is playing peekaboo right now, so I'm gonna have to pull that intercooler off, I think. Reach my mitt down in there, spin that sucker off. Pulled the sparkulators out of there, got the air filter off, and this thing is not running the greatest there, I don't think. That is the air filter that was on it, and that thing right there is greasier than KFC. That's what it's supposed to look like. That thing is just saturated in oil, so I don't know. And those spark plugs that are in there, this thing looks like she's running richer than Elon Musk, so I think that easy jacker is off a little bit on the tune, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna swap those plugs out, get that filter on there, and yeah, this thing too, the oil in it when I drained it out just reeked of gas. I mean, it was gassier than me after Taco Tuesday, so it's a good thing we're doing a drain and fill on that, and then hopefully this thing holds together for Frenchie. I don't know, the more I investigate this thing, the more it's looking. It's only got 2,000 kilometers on it, but I'm starting to get the feeling that those kilometers were harder than Grandpa with a box of Viagra. One super bonus about when they went to this newer chassis style with the 1100 in there was you can actually get at the spark plugs from here. You know, the chassis before this with the 1100s in them, you got to take the seat and the tank and everything off because the air box and everything covers the spark plugs. Like, it's a total shit show to do, and these ones are quite nice. Alright, so I just went ahead and pulled the intercooler off to gain access for the there you are, peekaboo oil filter down in there. So this way I can put a rag underneath it, that way I don't make a huge mess spilling oil all over everything. But when I pulled it out of there, nice little sticker on this guy. Oh, made in, just seems like everything's coming from China. Yeah, I thought Arctic Cat was made in the US of A or something. You got some splaining to do, Arctic Cat. Filter swap, put the intercooler back on, moved over to the oil tank and chain case. There's a 14 mil drain bolt at the bottom of this fella. Undid that, drained her out. No access panel in there, so you just gotta let her spill where she spills. Gonna undo those couple rubber clamps, that guy up there. Then I'm gonna undo all these, I don't know if you can see them, the back Torx ones, not these ones, joining the oil tank to the chain case cover, but the back ones, so we take it all off as a unit. I'll pull the reverse motor out. Figure it's a good idea, we better check the inside of that chain case, just because the overall, what's going on with this thing, the 2000K is a little questionable. Well, chain case is off there. That didn't go too bad. It's fairly clean in there. The only major issue I ran into was whoever was in here before. Somebody was in here before, because the Torx screw that goes in there was rounded right off. And I had to, I don't know which one it was, this one here. I don't know if you can see that. Had to get the old chisel on there to crack her free. I think instead of taking the footwell out, somebody tried to get on it with the socket, and the angle is just too extreme, and they rounded that sucker right off. So I'll have to move it to a different spot, replace it with another one, because that is no bueno. But we'll get the cleaned up, put it back together, top her up with some Klotz chain case lube, and carry on. This is starting to turn into the job that never ends. I put that inspection cover back on for the drain plug and noticed there was a little drip of antifreeze, but I put the pressure tester on it, sat down, had a beer, pumped her up to 15, and it's still at 15. So if it could stay at 15 after a beer, I'd say we're in the clear. So we're just gonna close our eyes, pretend we didn't see that, and put it back together. Almost forgot, he's got a brand new belt here, want to put on it, so we'll peel the old one off, switch her out. All you got to do is undo that bolt there, and then flip this guy around, put the bolt back in, tighten it up, opens up the sheaves of the clutch. You can pull the belt off, slip the new one on. Let's do that. So like I said, we just flipped the cup around, put the bolt back in. Obviously the parking brake's on, and then you just crank that tight. It's pushing the helix in. And once she's pushed in, you just grab the belt, pull her up and over, just like so. Get out of there, you. New belt's back on. You just make sure you put it on with the arrows pointing forward. Makes a difference, I guess, so they say. Flip that back around, put your bolt in. Brake's still on, nice and tight. So then you just crank this until your elbow or wrist clicks. Oh yeah, that's good. Tickety-boo, good to go. Alright, got her outside, warming up. Got the wait until the temp light goes off on these stupid things, otherwise they won't go anywhere. But yeah, don't have a whole lot of snow out here, but I'll give it a couple of rips up and down the driveway, and fingers crossed, hopefully it's good to go for Frenchie. I don't know. Sounds kind of good with that pipe on there. You might get some people yelling at him in the trails, but seems to work good. All you can do is take it, try it. That's all I can do with it. So until we meet again, thanks for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like what we're doing here, turn the notification bell on. It'll let you know when we got another video going. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. What do you think of this one?